When I first started to truly indulge myself in self-improvement, back in summer of 2023, when I went all out, I started to wake up at 5 a.m., I started to exercise in the morning, I started to do cold showers, I started to do all of these healthy habits in the morning. The first ever very advanced term on self-improvement that really got me hooked and wanting me to learn everything about it was willpower. You see, the only times when I heard willpower was in movies, like, the superhero somehow managed to beat the opponent with sheer willpower, determination, and friendship. That's exactly what I would hear each and every single time. And so I wondered, was willpower something that would like enhance me productivity wise? Would it be something that would help me become more disciplined? Because discipline was a term that I've heard before, and I didn't quite understand it at that time when I was just starting out. But I was way more familiar with it than with something like willpower. I saw that it was the skill of like superheroes or something like that. And come to realize, it was actually something way different. It was the skill to resist instant pleasureful activities and to do, well, discipline is the part when you actually do the things that you don't like in the short term, but will bring you many benefits in the long term. Willpower is the skill where you completely resist the instant pleasure, and when you basically resist quitting the painful activity that you're doing right now. Meaning that, let's say that you're basically coding like your websites for your affiliate marketing business. Let's use that as an example. And you feel like quitting 30 minutes in, even though you finished on like 30% of the first page. You'll get so many urges to quit. Your productivity, especially when you're starting out, will be at an all-time low, and especially your discipline as well. So you want to quit. You'll get all of these negative thoughts inside of your head like, what gives you the approval and the permission to do all of this? You have no marketing skills. Will it be even worth it? You haven't read a single book on how to run an affiliate marketing business. So what's the point? And willpower is the skill where you tell all of those negative thoughts and all of these temptations to shut the fuck up and to let yourself move forward. Now we can go very deep with the willpower. We can go into like all of these strategies that you can level it up, but this video isn't about willpower. It is about what caused me to actually indulge in it in the first place. Because you see, if willpower was called something like resistment, of course I would still learn it because it is a irrefutable part of self-improvement, but still it would captivate me way less and I wouldn't like to learn much about it in the first place. But still, I would pull through, and yeah, the name, it really captivated me way too much. But what I came to realize very lately is why I actually liked to learn about it in the first place. Why I went to learn it in the first place. What got me hooked onto that term in the first place. You see, we humans, we have the strongest emotion of fear. You know, the biggest primal fear that we have is the fear of dying, right? We can all agree on this. And yeah, we feel like whenever we don't know something very crucial, we just feel like we're out of the tribe, for example. We are getting left out, and we are getting left out to die and to starve, so that all of our competition can feed on the benefits, and so that they leave us behind in the dust. Now, I know this may sound like a very extreme example, but it does make sense when you think about it. Now, of course, I would have still somehow developed my willpower, even if I never learned the term in the first place. Of course, resisting the temptations and resisting to quit the pain that you're going through right now is a skill that all of us know somehow. Like, not all of us conceptualize it as willpower, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Some may even combine it with discipline and basically say that, oh, I discipline myself to not give in to the temptations, which is something completely okay. And you can conceptualize it that way if you want to. I just call them separately, so it helps me a lot. But still, by searching willpower on YouTube, you will learn way more about the skill of resisting than if you were to only research discipline in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So of course I had no other choice but to research willpower in the first place. Now, fear can be either good or it can be either bad. Never let this fear to completely break you because, yeah, all of us men are in a giant race to see who is the best in our generation, to see who can pull through, to see who can be the best, the pinnacle of our generation. And yeah, I didn't want to get left behind. So that was this like huge subconscious trigger that triggered inside of me to get fucking going. And this is exactly the reason why I pursued willpower in the first place. Why I wanted to learn so much about it. Why I wanted to learn about all the different strategies on how to improve it for the long term, not for the short term. Like relying on these dopamine hits of like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna resist. I'm not gonna watch YouTube for like forever now. And then 2 weeks later, I'm back on that same dopamine baseline, just scrolling through 3 hours every single day, not even reading any book. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's so much to learn in this world. There are so many skills. There's so much knowledge to gain. And yet, we don't have enough time for it. But that's completely fine. Each and every single one of us has a plan in this world. Not our plan, but God's plan. And we are meant to follow it until we die. Some of us may die at 20 years old, some of us may die at 120 years old. But what matters is that we are forever students of life. We will never master anything. Like, I know that we have this really cool saying in our self improvement community where I'm most active in, and it is that we will not become jack of all trades and master of none. We will become master of all trades and jack of none, which is a really motivational quote, and I really like it. But unfortunately, that will never be the case. And of course, we know it, but it still motivates us to go forward. We will never become so disciplined, or we won't need, our bad habits for the rest of our lives. We will never level up our willpower to the point where we never even grab those video games in the first place. We will never level up our productivity so much that we show up each and every single day completely motivated and completely focused on the activity that we want to do. That is just plain impossible. And so, what is stopping you from sharpening all of those swords to the fullest? Are you really gonna die at your deathbed saying, I wish I did it? Or are you gonna say, oh yeah, I tried this, and this is how it went? Because that will be way fucking cooler than just saying that, oh yeah, oh yeah, did you say discipline? Oh yeah, I remember hearing about this term, like when I was 18 years old. And yeah, I heard that this and this and this, but it will be way cooler if you said, oh yeah, I leveled up my discipline in the past and I used this productivity hack, I used this technique. I started to wake up at 5 a.m. and then I eventually scaled it up to 4 a.m. because my school was way too bearing, so I had to wake up a little bit earlier than usual. And you have all of these stories to tell. Fear can be leveraged. Now, of course, we don't want to still think that just because we don't learn a single term, that it is gonna completely kill us. No, no, that's not the way that you should think about it. I'm just explaining where this infinite motivation pool of wanting to learn more and wanting to adapt even more comes from, so that you can identify it and you can completely take a hold of it. You can finally realize that all of us are in this race to become the best possible version of ourselves in this life. And you can use the thought of your competition beating you into becoming the best master that you can become in this life, whether it is in some kind of a skill like learning a language, playing a musical instrument, watching some kind of an anime or manga to get life lessons and social intelligence, whether it is. I think I already said everything. But of course, it can also apply to businesses, for example, whether it is a physical or a online business, for example. There are so many skills out there for you to learn. And the best motivator, you can basically say that, oh yeah, I am fulfilled to do it. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be fear that it's gonna be driving you the most. Yeah, sure, you will still get fulfillment from the things that you do. And Of course, I'm not saying that that fulfillment is fake, but in the end, it will be fear that will motivate you the most. Because if you don't adapt, if you don't become stronger in this life, especially as a man, then you're completely and utterly fucked. All of those big corporations will take care of you if you don't take care of yourself. They will put you in the same system pool. They will put you through the same propaganda. They will put you through the same feedback loop, like getting a degree, going to a job for 40 years just to enjoy retirement for like 15 years, and then you die with barely any family that loves you because, yeah, you became average and you had no life lessons to tell. You had no stories. You never tried anything. And this is exactly what happened. You failed the test, and now everyone is disappointed at you. But I know that won't become you because you're a timeless reader on self-evolution, and you are a powerful man that will never give in to instant pleasure. So, are you gonna study all of these complex terms that drive you forward? I know that you will. Because the more complex something is, the more afraid you are of it. And so, always, 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 whenever you get into a new skill, always find the hardest words to learn and go after them, pursue them, hunt them down one by one, and master them, because they will bring you the most amount of mistakes, life lessons, life stories, because you will fail at them the most, and you will have funny stories to tell, and a lot of stories to tell to entertain the people that you're talking to. You understand what I'm trying to say? So leverage this fear of the unknown to become the best possible version of yourself in this life, and everything will be good. If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like-minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true blood bonded brothers with whom you can talk about any kind of topic and any kind of life lesson that you wish, and they will give you life advice on it like there's no tomorrow. Then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, harness it and join us on the path towards greatness. I know that you'll find your place in there. But besides that, you can like the video, subscribe if you want, join the email list in the description, and get some free book about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you like the most, and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. And finally save yourself from the 99% of people that don't bring you anything in life. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee success in the long term and in the short term by mending your mental health and bring you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life test, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life-changing, and you would be a fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you